Work for like Sony Hall and it used to be BB King's, the Paramount, Live Nation throws me some work. So he said put our best foot forward. So
yes.
That's it for me.
Thank you.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. Carla McKinney, co-founder, president, Coalition to Preserve Reggae Music, and an organization of reggae lovers, raising the bar in reggae music. And well, for more of what we do, we invite you to join us on November 2nd for Reggae Culture Salute 2019. We plan to be honoring Neville Livingston, known to you as Bonnie Whaler. So we want you to come out and join us and welcome Chubby on November 2nd at the Condo Theatre, LIU.
Keep it rolling.
Jeannie Sweetness.
Good night, everyone. I'm Jeannie Sweetness, and I'm just me. I hope to link everyone who are in different aspects of the reggae culture together. So that's basically what I do. I don't have a title. I'm just me. So when you see purple, then you'll be like, okay, that's Jeannie. And so that's it.
She's very humble. She's one of our sponsors for this evening and responsible for many of the people being here. So big up herself, Jeannie.
Yeah, big up Sweetness.
Hi everyone, my name is Carrie and I'm the owner of Carrie and Bar Music Promotions. I am a music promoter, former artist manager, publicist. Currently I'm working on my second LLC, which is for the fashion brand. My t-shirt line coming out soon. I just want to say a special thank you to the guys standing up here on the stage for inviting myself and others in the Jamaica music industry to this wonderful event. I want to say may God continue to bless you and your team, and we want to see more of these events around the states in Jamaica worldwide, because as we all know, reggae and dancehall we rule. Okay? Everybody loves Jamaican music from all the other genres, so let's just unite and work together. Right? Thank you.
Yes. We'll skip this little section here and go over here.
It's still live?
And we want to say big respect to all the patrons who support our Caribbean restaurants. Without our patrons, we would not be able to have such beautiful venues like this, to be able to host events like this. So, big up all of the patrons.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dave Judah, owner of Reggae Jam International Promoter. Promote shows all over Africa, all over the world. And I'm very proud to be here this evening and give thanks to the island to continue to make reggae music grow. And I'm very thankful for each and everyone that's here. Also, I'm a part of Irie Jam. So, much love and respect to all the people that is here. Give thanks.
Respect. We're honored to have you here.
Good evening, everyone, and greetings. Well, I am one of the people that talk about who wear many hats. Alright? I've been a DJ in New York for 1974.
Wow.
And then in 1982 I became a member of one of the original members of Roll International. Alright, so I also do promotions. I was one of the people who helped to promote Q Club to one of the best clubs in the world. Q Club was one of the best reggae clubs in the world. I also did reggae floats for Eastern Parkway because we lacked the representation of reggae music on the West Indian Day Parade. So I was one of the ones that really put it forward, and this Pat was my first sponsor for the Labor Day Parade, and I thank you for that. And I'm also on the radio. I do, like I said, I have many hats, and it's all based around reggae music. Thank you.
Greetings and thanks. My name is Philippe. I'm with Brad Style. I partner up with the beautiful people on the stage right here. I bless them, thank you. I do web content, motion, social media, We try to, I work in the background to make y'all, the sponsors look good and represent. Thank you.
So if you visit www.jamaicamusic.com, you will see this gentleman's work. Is there anybody that we missed that just came in that wants to do their introduction? Okay.
Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Michelle Scott. I am a media personality. I work at 90.3 WHBC and I represent for the young generation in reggae.
Beautiful, beautiful. Reggae music is in good hands. Do we have anyone else? Are we?
Irwin Clear, moving forward, Harry John.
Okay, the legendary Irvin Clear, I know. Blessings, blessings. So, yes, give yourselves a round of applause. We're going to talk to you about, first and foremost, the JMC. What is the JMC? The JMC is really a database management company that puts on a conference. So our central focus is to connect the reggae industry and to connect reggae creatives to the who's who around the globe. So one of the things that we have started to do, before you can build the industry, you have to identify what are the human resources in that industry. So we have been going to different cities in the United States. We're in Jamaica every year, and we have been building a database of this network of professionals like yourself who are active in the music industry. How many people here are familiar with LinkedIn?
Yes.
So you could think of us almost as a LinkedIn for the reggae music industry, because what has happened is that the industry is very fragmented. What else we have seen is that most of the active players in the industry are part-time in the industry. So they have a 9 to 5 that they use to sustain and pay their bills, and then they're doing reggae for the love of the music. And we know this is not sustainable, especially because there are people who are not of the culture, who are now interested in the culture and monetizing and benefiting from the culture. I don't know if all of you have seen the Justin Bieber and Ed Sheeran new song that they have, Dancehall song. Hundreds of millions of views on YouTube, strictly dancehall. So there's a lie that has been told that our music is not viable international, that it's not pop music. Reggae music is pop music. And we see Afro beats coming up using dancehall rhythms, and now coming to the fore we see other genres. Reggaeton is a direct derivative, and the capital that is involved in these industries shows us that we as people born in Jamaica, as Caribbean people, have to come together. We have to put aside petty differences that are holding us back and realize that it's not about us fighting each other as Jamaicans. We have 7 billion people in the world as a potential market for our product. And every one of them loves Jamaica and loves reggae music, or the majority of them love reggae and love Jamaica. So what I want to really drill into your minds before we go on into the program is that we are at a crossroads right now in the industry, in this digital age, with the direct-to-consumer ability that we have now. The time is to not be ashamed about our past and what we have not done, but to look to the future and know that the opportunities are endless. Africa alone has over 1.3 billion people, and this is a market that is, the middle class is rising fast, the mobile technology on the continent is rising, so there is huge opportunities for Jamaican brands to become household names on the continent of Africa. We also have China, 1.5 billion people. How many of us are actively marketing and trying to get market share in China? We have India, 1.3 billion people as well. All of these markets, Indonesia, I could keep going. We have to think outside of the box. For far too long, we've been thinking only of the United States and Europe. What about South America and Brazil? These are markets with millions of people, millions of reggae lovers that we now have a potential to target if we can work together. There is capital to invest in the music, but the capital is afraid to invest because when they look at our industry, they don't see that it is an industry that is united and that is connected. So the capital hands back and invests in other genres. We are coming to change that with your help. And many of the people here know what I'm talking about because they have attended the conference. One of the things that we pride ourselves in is that our sponsors return year after year. Our attendees return year after year. We also pride ourselves that connections are made that change careers, that build lifelong connections. And what we want to show you is that there is an opportunity for this industry, again, to become a multi-million-dollar industry that benefits the people who are on the front lines. But it takes unity and working together. So what we do in Jamaica, we have panels, we have workshops, we have artist showcases, we also do master classes, which we're starting, and we do a youth summit. So we bring high school students from the different schools, and we also do programming for the high school students. We have a sound system summit where we bring together sound systems to talk about sound system culture. We have a clean clash that we have started because yes, we know sound clashing can get X-rated, but we also know there's a huge market for clean clashing. Festivals, clashes on the radio, clashes on events, and so forth. So we are creating a platform where sounds can exercise their skill without the cursing and derogatory speech. Because if we don't do it, we see that Boom, Guinness, and all of these brands, some of which are not owned by Jamaicans, have stepped into the clean clash space and are doing big things in this space. So you can visit our website to see the full list of our programming, and that will be updated as we move into Reggae Month. And the Jamaica Music Conference traditionally was November 15th, the weekend before Thanksgiving. For the first time in 2020, we will be moving to Reggae Month. So Jamaica Music Conference will now be from February 13th to the 16th of 2020. And everyone here is invited. I want to just big up Pat Miskino, writer for Billboard magazine, stepping in the venue as well. Big up yourself. She was attendee and a panelist and did a workshop at the Jamaica Music Conference last year, and also wrote about the Jamaica Music Conference in a recent article about Lila Ike. So we want to thank you. Can we give Pat a round of applause, please? One of the professionals working hard. So the first thing that I want to talk about is what is the vision for the music industry? Our theme for 2020 is Reggae Mecca Jamaica. This is our theme, Vision 2020. And why we chose this theme is that we realized over 6 years of doing the conference, we have not heard a clearly articulated vision of what we want our industry to look like. What I have here, I have taken from a government plan. This is called Jamaica Vision 2030. Has anybody heard of this plan? This is part of the problem, because we have here industry stalwarts in this room, and the Jamaica government commissioned a plan for the creative industries, and nobody here has heard of it. I'm going to read you some of the objectives of this plan, and then I want to have a discussion, and I want to hear from you all. How can New York and the industry here play into achieving the goals that have been articulated in this plan? Because one of the things we do not want to do is reinvent the wheel. If there are things that have been set out, and we are non-political, so we do not take any side. We are endorsed by the Ministry of Culture, and I want to big up the Honorable Minister Babs Grange, because she has given us assistance over the years. above and beyond just the official endorsement. But we are a non-partisan organization, and we will work with any party that's in power, that seeks to empower the Jamaica government. So I'm going to read some of these objectives. Objective number 1 is to build bridges among companies and individuals within the industry. Objective number 2, strengthen education and training in the creative industry. Number 3, increase opportunities and financing for the creative industries. Number 4, encourage more creative enterprises to be a part of the formal market. So to translate, that means enough of our companies are not registered. So they want to encourage more of them to register, of course, to pay taxes as well. Yes. Also, encourage the use of technology to produce, distribute, and market the creative product and services. And finally, to expand and improve the infrastructure, such as venues for the creative industries and the performing arts. Does that sound reasonable?
Yes.
All of those things sound sensible, right? So again, at the Jamaica Music Conference, we said, why are we going to come year after year to reinvent the wheel? And these objectives, and these are to be achieved by 2030. So what we want to discuss now, and I'm going to ask who wants to participate to come up here to address the audience so that we can get you on camera, and also everybody who comes up here, we're asking you to consent to be filmed. If you do not want to be on film, please do not come up here. And we will also communicate with you after the event to make sure that we can get a release form. But what we want to do is to, again, discuss how can New York and the industry here achieve some of those visions. I'm not in this market. Maybe some of these things are being done already. So we want to listen, and part of our 10 city tour is to listen to the professionals that we are here to serve and find out what are the conditions on the ground here in New York. So I'm asking, would somebody please volunteer to come up? And if I stop you while you're speaking, it's not personal, but we have to move the agenda along. And I know that most of us can do an hour easy of talk. I know it because I love everyone here. So if I gently nudge you to, it's just because we have a whole program to get through and we have to be out of here at 9 o'clock sharp. All right? So who would like to kick us off with some of these things? So we're dealing with connectivity. We're dealing with strengthening the infrastructure. We're dealing with opportunities and financing. Is there capital to be invested? What is it like if you want to put on a show in the New York area? We're dealing with what are some of the challenges, basically, of operating in the New York area, and what are some of the benefits of operating in the New York area. So who would like to volunteer? Jeannie, I see you moving up. I see you moving. All right. So this is our sponsor, Jeannie Sweetness, to kick us off.
Just Jeannie. So I have lived in New York for 6 years, but I have done a lot of business here for way longer than that, just traveling, and then I migrated. I spent 5 years with Ms. Pat over at VP in the digital distribution department, which is V-Town Music. And some of the concerns that I received from our clients was that there aren't enough venues, there are not enough independent showcases where they can highlight their music. Also, you know, Adana knows me. We call them, there's so much getting interviews, but they feel like there's not enough access to the radio programs that are in the area. They feel like there's just not also any unity. You know, so that's one of the things I tried to do, was to kind of bridge those gaps or whatever, but I guess that I too am looking for a solution for that, because I tend to be very abrasive, you know, regardless of the name. I'm very, very tough, because I think that maybe you haven't earned it. I think that's why you're not on those platforms. I think that's why, you know, my media babies, which Allison didn't introduce herself. but photography. But with my media babies, you know, anywhere I go and I'm